This is Ben Gillespie interviewing Bruce Yonemoto at his home in Crestline, California. It is August 19th, 2020, and this is the Smithsonian Institution Archives of American Art Pandemic Project. Bruce, could you tell me a little bit about how your life and your work have changed since March of this year?
Well, I do a lot of projects internationally. I travel and I actually do production on site in many of these other countries. And so I was working on two projects. One was in Mexico with Jaime Ashida, who's centered in Guadalajara, and I was supposed to go down there and finish working on this project, which focuses in on this black mirror that was actually first sort of owned by a Aztec priest, and supposedly he could see the future in this mirror. And so somehow it made its way to England, and John Dees, who was a consultant to Queen Elizabeth I, got a hold of the mirror, and supposedly he was able to see the future in that mirror. And so he saw the Spanish Armada being destroyed, so he alerted Queen Elizabeth, and so she knew that she would win the war even before it happened, I suppose. So anyway, I'm working on a project where I will get this obsidian piece, which will be the original black mirror was very tiny, but the ones I'm making are larger, sort of the size of a smaller flat screen. And so I'll be making this sort of pet tapestry video installation out of that, but I obviously cannot go down there now, so that's been put on hold, although I'm continuing with the fabrication. And then my other project, which was supposed to go to Vietnam this coming fall in October for this residency in Hue, which focuses in, and I was focusing in on lacquer, and which is sort of a follow-up on this project that I started in Japan, which last year in September I traveled with my collaborator Edu Santos from Brazil, and so I was trying to find some linkage between my father's family and my mother's family. And so my father's family is from the south, Kansai, which is near Osaka, Wakayama. And so, I went there first and I did some research, and I was initially sort of going to bring back some kind of sand, because I did my graduate studies in Japan in the early 70s. And so I learned how to do this Japanese form of painting, which uses iwa enegu, or the sand. And so I thought, maybe I'll get sand from the south and the north. And so after I went to Wakayama, I found that they initially got the red color, of the gates and things like that. Miyajima, you might have seen those large gates that they have that extend into the ocean. And it's a red color. So the red lacquer color originally came from that area that my father is from. So I thought, well, maybe this sounds interesting. So then I went up to the northern part of Japan where my mother's family is from, which is Sendai. And I found that they had a lacquer tradition there too. So I decided to concentrate on this idea of making Western objects and covering them with lacquer. So I found that lacquer, they're sort of assessing the history of lacquer. And initially they thought that it all came from China, but now they're thinking that it probably started simultaneously in China, Japan, and Vietnam. So I was going to go to Vietnam, since they still have this sort of manufacturing tradition there, that I would do a residency there. And then I was supposed to have a show with the Quinn Gallery in Saigon in November. So that's all been, sort of put on hold. Who knows if it'll happen? And so that's how it affected, my projects immediately. So, yeah.
And are you finding that, given, delays in fabrication or the just bringing these projects together during quarantine, is your conception of them changing? Are you shifting your ideas? Is there something that the pandemic has altered or evolved in your mind about them?
Well, it's true. I'm sort of, as we all do, I think we try to hold on to the possibility that things will return to, quote, normal. But of course, we don't know what normal will be and if the art world will continue to be as it is. I'm hoping that things will change after November, and perhaps, things will be jump-started from the past, let's say, things like the NEA and things like that, which of course I feel, which I was very much part of in terms of funding and also being on panels and things like this. And so I feel that movement, or that government sort of sponsored art support system, created a lot of art that we have today, and many of the artists that are doing well today, be they Black or performance artists or whoever, started their careers under these organizations. So I'm hoping that things may change that way. But back to your question, I'm still sort of holding on to the idea that perhaps I'll be able to travel maybe in a year or year and a half or so, and maybe see through some of these projects, because I've invested a lot of time, and I really think that they're very strong. So I would like to, but if not, I mean, I'm already thinking about other projects and sort of fabricating them or putting them together here in my studio in Crestline. So yeah, I mean, that's my situation now. Yeah, I'm also working on putting my archives together, because I'm at that time of my life where I have to think about things like that too. So I've been working on that, and so I've been busy. Yeah.
Well, so thinking about your archives and also the going to the places where your parents were from, and your projects that are dealing with those ideas of origins and prophecy and the Black obsidian, is your notion of home changing now that you're a little bit more confined in movement? Do you find a different sense of rootedness? And the way that you negotiate that with the temporal bounds of thinking about those big questions of origins, as well as what it's possible to see coming down the road?
Well, to tell the truth, if the elections go badly, I have been thinking about perhaps trying to go somewhere else. I mean, when Reagan was our president, that's when I did my graduate studies, in Japan, because I just wanted to leave the country. So in many ways, I think that things could go from bad to worse. I mean, so I'm thinking about that escape route. But you're right. I mean, one of the things, I mean, I'm a native Californian, so it's very difficult for me to leave California, and so that's why I've always been centered here. And of course, California, in terms of the art world, is Los Angeles, so that's why I'm here. But I am thinking about the future and what could be. But I also teach too, so that's another thing. I'm continuing my teaching at UC Irvine, so that's another thing that sort of keeps me here. But I am thinking about perhaps relocating something, or at least spending some time in other places and things like that, just to see what that could be. I mean, I have lived abroad, of course, but not for any extended period of time. So yeah, I don't know if that answered your question, but yeah.
I guess also thinking about your archive and your video work in particular. Right. I was interested in what you make of the way that video now absolutely dominates everything that's going on for us. You know, thinking about the way in which mass media conditions our responses to trauma and make sense of dissent in the world. How are you navigating that? A world on Zoom, teaching on Zoom. It seems like those questions are even more urgent today than they've ever been.
Yes, I agree completely that, of course, everything is moving to the online formats, and that's what I've been trying to implement at UCI for the last 5 years, is to create this digital filmmaking program, which I think is very popular. We have a minor now, and it's very successful. And I just feel that there are those, I hate to say it, but straight white men who are just sort of closed, and they just cannot move forward. And so I'm having to struggle with that. But I think that things are looking up. I mean, and that's another thing about my practice, is that it's true. I think that people want video material now. And so I'm very busy with shows and things like that. I mean, I'm having a show in Manila right now. It's not video, but it's digital photography, which they printed there, and they're excited about that. Of course, I can't go there, but they want, you know, some video material to show their collectors or things like this. I mean, to show my everyday life or introduce me and things like this. And so that's happening. And then this last July 4th, I was involved with In Plain Sight, which was this project. I think it was the Creative Capital Project, and Castle, these two artists, Castle and Rafa Esparza, put this together. They're Los Angeles based, and they put this project with skywriting of these terms in the sky for all to see, and it was very politicized. It was, of course, around the time of Black Lives Matter and things like this, and so they asked me to put together a phrase that they put up in the sky. And so that was a big project. You know, I mean, these things all have to be organized anyway through email and things like this. So I guess that's how that that came through. And actually, we were lucky because we were able to meet in person right before the lockdown. So we had that to start with, and then we were able to follow through with the project. And then what other projects? I had a project shown with LACMA, Los Angeles County Museum of Art, with the Hughes Museum in Shanghai. And so they wanted material too. They wanted some kind of interview material and things like that. And so I put that together and sent that. And I'm in discussion. And then, of course, we had this COPPA screening, which the Mike Keller Foundation sponsored. And so I had an interview with Andre Lissoni, who was at the Tate, and he curated my retrospective there. And then he has moved to Munich now as a director, artistic director there. So that was fun and interesting. But and then also now I'm in discussions about probably, it looks like it'll probably be an online retrospective with anthology film form. So in some ways, I guess, because I make videos, you know, it is a way, you know, to actually disseminate art works, you see, very easily. So, I mean, I think sculpture probably has the most difficult task ahead, because they need space and galleries and museums, and I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. So I think painting, digital material, photography, of course, will all be able to persist, you know, online. But, you know, until we are able to meet in person. And I'd also like to bring up, you know, this, I think I discussed maybe with the Hughes Museum, but Namjoon Paik always looked at his work as viral, or even as a virus. And so he looked at his work as sort of infiltrating some system and then sort of breaking it down, changing it. And so I think that in some ways, you know, the virus perhaps could be, you could look at it in a positive way to change things, you know, and to bring something new to fore. So I think that I think we're going to have to change the way we look at things, and you know, I'm up for that. Yeah.
Well, I was wondering, what would you mind sharing the phrase that you selected for In Plain Sight?
It's not of skin or color. Yeah. And it was a phrase that was quoted from a speech that Senator Daniel Inouye of Hawaii made at the 75th anniversary of Pearl Harbor. And of course, he was a senator from Hawaii, and he was part of the 442nd, which was the regiment, the most decorated regiment in American history, and for its size and number. And so, but that, I found through research that even though he said that in the speech, it was sort of it was a paraphrasing FDR, and which he was giving the speech, you know, which when he formed the 442nd, he actually had to make it a presidential decree or something, but because, you know, the Japanese Americans were put in camps, and so consequently, but it seems somewhat disingenuous because, of course, he was the one who signed the bill or the order to incarcerate all of the Japanese Americans, including all of my relatives and family. So, you know, it's weird, but I think that the Japanese Americans at that time, you know, including Daniel Inouye and my parents for that matter, believed in the United States and that we could continue, you know, to be a free nation and things like that. But, you know, with this Black Lives Matter and things like that coming to fore, it's interesting to see how endemic, you know, slavery and these sort of prejudices are ingrained, are very basic to our Constitution even. So it's like an original sin, and for us to get over that is going to be difficult, I think. Yeah.
And are there any phrases or works in your mind that really stand out for within this year? I mean, thinking of that phrase for In Plain Sight, or is there something else that you think would be important thinking about, you know, researchers or artists 50 years from now? Is there something that stands in your mind as, I don't want to say encapsulates, that sounds like too big of a word, but something that feels really poignant in 2020?
In 2020, let's see, I have to think about that. Yeah, that's sort of course, I've been watching the Democratic convention, and I don't think I can watch the Republicans, but of course, we want everybody to vote and to go on to the polls and to really defeat this sickness that has happened to our country. So, I mean, it's I think that that's probably what's on my mind right now is for everybody to cast their ballot and to change, to help our society change and move forward. I hope. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, just to wrap up here, I guess the other question that I had in mind is, how are you caring for yourself at this time? How are you taking care of your loved ones and feeling safe, secure, and as healthy as you can?
Well, I mean, I'm glad that our university has decided to stay remote, and I can't believe that so many universities are going back to school. I know that their private universities are having a very, very difficult time because their faculty's salaries are based on tuition, and so it's impossible for them to continue in many ways unless they have the students on campus. But unless you're somewhere like Vassar, which can create a bubble, you know, I think it's impossible for a large university such as University of California or any of the large universities across the nation. So I think that is good, and also, you know, of course, that's one of the reasons why I moved out of Los Angeles. I had a studio there, that I was renting, but I let it go because I, of course, was never there. And and anyway, even if I was there, there's nothing else to do but maybe get takeout food from my favorite restaurants or something like that. But it's just impossible. So that's one of the reasons why I'm up here in this mountain community of Crestline, because there's very few people, and so you could socially distance very easily. I mean, I have a few friends up here that I see, and but you know, it's sort of solitary. But I think that artists in many ways are ready for that, because of course we have to work on our own and in isolation in many cases, and that's a plus. And so I think that you know, just room to think and things like that. So I think that, but of course, if it goes on for years and years, who knows, you know, what will happen. I mean, we may all just go crazy or something. Yeah.
If we haven't already. Well, thank you very much for speaking with me today. It was wonderful. I'm really looking forward to the realization of these projects you talked about, and hope you can stay safe and well in Crestline.
Okay, thank you very much.